Hello everybody and welcome to Yomi Tree Yoga. I'm Adele and today we're going to be reading a story. And the story is called Peace at Last and it's by Jill Murphy and it's one of my favourites. Before we begin, we're going to start as we always do with Adele's bells. So we're sitting in a comfortable, easy position and we're ready to close our eyes and do a deep breath in when we hear the bell and then breathe normally until we can't hear the bell anymore. Okay, so hands on your knees, sitting in your comfy position. So let's say our special yoga word. Put your hands together over your heart. Already? Namaste. Welcome everybody to our yoga today. Let's see if we can warm up our legs and our back and our shoulders, our bodies ready for some yoga today. So put your feet together in a foot sandwich so that your legs make butterfly wings at the side. See if you can not slouch your shoulders forward, but see if you can sit up tall, but you want your shoulders down, not up near your ears, but tall, like your head's been pulled up to the ceiling. So you stretch your back, your arms are long, holding onto your toes. Are we ready to sing our butterfly song? Fly like a butterfly, fly like a butterfly, fly like a butterfly in the sky. Fly like a butterfly, fly like a butterfly, fly like a butterfly in the sky. See if you can get your head all the way down to your feet or as far as you can go, but not so that it hurts. You can pull with your hands to help you to get lower down and to fold over your body. Are we ready to sleep like a butterfly? Sleep like a butterfly, sleep like a butterfly, sleep like a butterfly through the night. Sleep like a butterfly, sleep like a butterfly, sleep like a butterfly through the night. And do a big stretch up and round until your arms are like floaty butterfly wings as well. See if you can move your legs together. Dance like a butterfly, dance like a butterfly, dance like a butterfly up so high. Dance like a butterfly, dance like a butterfly, dance like a butterfly up so high. Brilliant. Well done everybody. And then we're just going to see, because this story is called Peace at Last, we're going to do a peaceful, calming breathing exercise to prepare our body for the story. So, sitting in an easy position with your hands out to the side so the backs of your hands can be touching the floor. And when we breathe in, we're going to sweep our arms up overhead. And then as we breathe out, we're going to put our hands together and bring our hands down until they're over our hearts. And then when we breathe in, we'll sweep our arms out again in a big circular motion. So let's see if we can do 3 or 4 of this peaceful breath. Okay, so we'll start here. Breathe in. All the way to the top and then breathe out. Bringing your hands slowly down to your heart. And then as you sweep your arms out, breathe in again. All the way up. And when you're ready, breathe out. Back down to your heart. Breathe in. Breathe out and breathe in and breathe out. Brilliant everybody, I feel ready for our story. I'm not going to show every page to you as we go along, but we'll tell the story and use our bodies to tell it in more detail. So very exciting. Let's have a look. The hour was late. So it's night time, it's dark. What do you think you might see when you look out of the window? On the picture there's a moon and there's stars, so that's what we're going to do. Let's see if we can be a moon first. We're going to actually make a triangle shape with our body to be like a crescent moon. So let's stand up, and if you're using a mat or a towel, we're going to sort of follow the length of the mat or the towel. That's the way our feet are going to point. So I'm going to take a big wide stride, but then I'm going to turn my feet to point forwards along the mat, and I'm going to turn my back foot the same, so it's pointing the same way, but it has to be slightly angled or I would fall over and it wouldn't be comfortable. So my feet are pointing forwards. Okay, and then I'm going to see, can I stretch this back arm up to the sky, and with it's my left hand, might be your right if you're doing opposites to me, I'm going to start at the top of my leg and just slowly slide. See how my legs are staying straight, but I might even put the back of my hand onto my thigh and slide it down to my knee, pointing this arm up, facing my body one way while my feet point forward. So I'm twisting to the side, fingers up as high as you can, and you go down as far as you can that's comfortable. My arms straight, my legs are straight, my body's strong, I'm squeezing my tummy muscles, and you can slide to your knee. You might slide all the way down to your ankle, but don't press on your knee, we're just gently putting our arm there. I like my arms to be like in one strong long straight line, like my fingers here and here. You could draw a long line between them. You can roll your body back, look forwards, don't forget to breathe. And here's our moon, our crescent moon in the sky, shining brightly on a beautiful evening. Now we can keep our legs like this but point our feet forward, so we've got a big wide-legged stride. I'm going to move up this way a bit because my sloping roof in this attic means I can't stretch my arms as wide as I like. So to make a star, strong legs wide apart, arms as high up as you can go, wide apart, spread your fingers. You can twinkle your fingers if you like a twinkling star, and stand and twinkle and be really strong with your standing. Brilliant. Well done. Now, let's turn over the page. Mr. Bear was tired, Mrs. Bear was tired, and Baby Bear was tired too. So let's imagine I'm sitting on my knees because it's another comfortable position for me anyway. If it's not so comfy for you, you can sit on your bottom. I'm going to imagine I'm really tired, so I'm going to rub my hands together and then just gently rub them on my eyes, imagining I'm tired. And you should be able to feel that your hands get warm, and then you can feel them warm on your eyes when you gently just rub them on your face. Brilliant. So we're going to do a yawning breath. So we're going to sit comfortably like this, okay? And we're going to breathe in with our nose, but when we breathe out, we're going to and breathe out. So you can breathe in with your mouth or your nose. So we're going to breathe in and then yawn. And you might be able to see that when I breathe in, my shoulders sort of lift up, and then when I breathe out, everything relaxes. Let's see if we can do 3 yawning breaths. So we're going to breathe in and then yawn. You might choose to put a hand in front of your mouth as you yawn, so let's try it again. Breathe in. And you could switch hands. Breathe in. Lovely, relaxing breath. Okay. So they all went to bed. I wonder if we could make a bed shape with our bodies. I think we can. We can sit on our bottoms with our knees bent in front of us and our feet flat on the floor, and we can make our tabletop pose, or in this case, a bed pose. So we're going to put our hands behind our bottom, and my fingers are going to point forwards to point towards my bottom. So your hands are just behind your bottom. You're going to see if you can straighten your arms, so they're going to take the weight of your body, and then can you push your tummy up to the sky, and so that your tummy and your thighs, your legs go in a straight line like the top of the bed. Your head is maybe like the headboard, and here is our bed that the bears are heading to. Ready for sleeping? Don't hold something too long that it hurts you, but you should be able to hold it till your arms start to feel a bit tired and your legs start to feel a bit tired, and then you slowly lower your bottom and give everything just a wiggle and a shake. Well done, everybody. Mrs. Bear fell asleep. Mr. Bear didn't. So let's see if we can be Mrs. Bear. So she got straight into bed. Let's sit again with our knees bent in our comfy position. I'm going to move to the bottom of my mat. And then I'm going to reach down to my toes, and imagine you've got a lovely blanket or duvet that you can pull up over your head. So you're going to slowly lean back and pull your blanket up over your body and bring it all the way up to your chin. Let your legs go down. You could rest your arms down under your blanket. Have a little snuggle. And do you know what Mrs. Bear did? She started to snore. Oh dear, I don't think this is very good for Mr. Bear. Mrs. Bear began to snore. Snore went Mrs. Bear. Snore, snore, snore. Oh no, said Mr. Bear. Can you do like this? Oh no, I can't stand this. So he got up and he went to sleep in Baby Bear's room. Because he's assuming everybody's asleep, certainly Mrs. Bear's asleep, he doesn't want to wake her. So can you go on your tiptoes? Right up on your tiptoes. Let's just have a little stretch first. So can you go up on your tiptoes as high as you can and stretch all the way up? And then bring your arms back down. Can you stay on your tiptoes? You can bend your knees. Can you have a little sneak around like Mr. Bear, sneaking through the house right up on your tiptoes? Because it stretches all the bottom of your feet and your toes to help you to balance. Well done, everybody. So you went to sleep in Baby Bear's room. Do you think it's going to be any better there? I'm not sure. Let's see. Baby Bear was not asleep either. He was lying in bed pretending to be an aeroplane. Let's see if we can be an aeroplane. So I'm going to stand on the side so that you can see more clearly. Okay, and I might even have to step forward a little bit to make sure I've got some space. So look around you, because when we do an aeroplane, we're going to sweep our arms out to the side for balance. We're going to make one leg strong and rooted to the floor, the one that's going to take our weight. So your foot has to be flat on the floor. The other one, like when we do a tree and our other balances, you're going to just lift it up on your tiptoes, ready? So we can sweep our arms out to the side like the aeroplane wings. Try and keep the leg that's on the floor, the foot that's on the floor, strong and straight. And we're going to stretch this foot back. You can put your toes behind you for balance, but try and make both legs straight. And then you can slowly start to hinge forward, like you've got some hinges here that will just bend your body, so you can squeeze your tummy, bend forward. And if you can raise that back leg like the tail of the aeroplane. Meow, meow. Well done. And then you can bob your toes back down. You can bring your feet back together, have a little shake, a little shimmy with your knees. We're going to try it on the other side. So you're going to make the leg that went back to be the tail is now the strong leg fixed to the floor. The other one can just be behind you up on its tiptoes, but the legs are strong and straight. Sweep your arms out. Look forwards, so I'm going to have to look to the side here, but it's my forwards. Spread your aeroplane wings and see if you can keep your body and your legs strong and straight, but you tip at the middle and you try to put your leg out behind you. If it's wobbly, just put your toes down. Don't do a big crash to the floor. So if you can, try and balance, and then just put your toes down to help if you're wobbly. Meow, meow, went baby bear. Meow, meow. Oh no, said Mr. Bear. I can't stand this. So he got up and he went to sleep in the living room. Let's see if we can go up on our tiptoes again and stretch our feet. Can you have a little tiptoe? You can just tiptoe around in a circle like we're going down the stairs. We could even tiptoe while we make our body go lower like we're going downstairs until we're all the way down. Well done. Tick tock went the living room clock. Oh dear, Mr. Bear's got more noises to deal with. Let's see if we can be a clock in the living room. If you stand with your feet just a little bit apart, and if you put your hands together like when we do Namaste, and make your arms go straight up as tall as you can. This is our compass pose. But we can imagine that our body makes the clock face, the round bit of the clock, and that our arms can tick round the clock. And this one's going to have to go the same way round to try and make it tick round like a clock. So I'm standing with my feet stuck to the floor, grounded to the floor. I'm stretching up as high as I can with my hands together, and I'm going to start to tick, tick, tock, tick, tock. Just one arm, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. Try and keep your arms as straight as you can, like the hands of a clock. And that way you're really stretching your body. Okay, try again. With the other hand, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. When the clock's finished ticking, it's a special kind of clock, a cuckoo clock. And Mr. Bear is going to hear it chime. Cuckoo, cuckoo. Let's see if we can be a cuckoo. See if we can stand in our warrior pose. A bit like when we did the triangle. I'm going to turn to the side so I'm facing the length of my mat. I'm going to stride 1 foot forward and 1 foot back. So my toes are pointing in the same direction. And if I have my legs straight, I'm tall and strong. If I bend my knee forward, I lean forward, and in a cuckoo clock, the cuckoo shoots out of a little door at the front and pops its head out when it's an hour, like 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, and it jumps out and says cuckoo. So I'm just going to do it this way to face you now so you can see. So we've got our legs strong and straight, our toes pointing in the same direction. You could put your hands on your hips, a bit like bird's wings. You can even flap them if you like. Ooh. And then when we do our cuckoo, we're going to bend our knee, front knee forwards, to lean forwards and do cuckoo, cuckoo. Are you ready? So we've got our legs strong and straight, hands on our hips. We're going to do a big breath in. We're going to breathe in because then we get lots of breath ready to do our cuckoo. Are you ready? And then cuckoo, cuckoo. Should we try it again? So stand up with your legs strong and straight, hands on your hips, breathe in. Cuckoo, cuckoo. Well done, everybody. Just give your legs a wiggle. We're going to do it once on the other side as well. So I'm going to stride forward with my opposite leg this time. So I'm bending a different leg when I pop out of the clock. Stand up tall first with your legs straight, hands on your hips. Breathe in. Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Well done, everybody. Oh no, said Mr. Bear. I can't stand this. So he went off to sleep in the kitchen. Drip, drip, went the leaky kitchen tap. So let's do that first. Let's be a kitchen tap. So we're going to stand, a bit like we did when we were a compass, when we were the clock. So we're going to stand, but I'm going to hook my hands together. So it's almost like these are the tap and the water's going to drip out the bottom. So I'm going to stretch up tall first, like I'm a tap at the sink. And then can you wiggle your fingers like the water coming down? And we're going to go drip, drip, drip. You can even wiggle your fingers on the floor. Now, actually, I just bent my knees then, but if we can keep our legs straight and we just bend our body forward, can you reach your fingers down to the floor, keeping your legs strong and straight if you can? You might not touch the floor, but you might be somewhere near. So drip, drip. So let's be the tap, standing tall, wiggle your fingers, bring some water down, drip, 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 drip. Let's do one more, stretch up tall. Are you ready? Drip, 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 drip. And then it says, went the refrigerator. That's the fridge making a loud noise. So let's see if we can stand in our mountain pose with our legs strong and straight and our hands on our hearts. Imagine that we are a fridge in the corner of the kitchen. They're so strong and they don't move, but they can make a noise. So breathe in. And then can you hum? Try again. Breathe in with your nose. Makes my tongue feel all tingly in the top of my mouth. Let's do one more. Stand tall, strong, like a fridge. Breathe in. Oh no, said Mr. Bear. I can't stand this. Poor Mr. Bear must be so tired. So he got up and he went to sleep in the garden. Well, you would not believe what noises there are in the garden. Do you know this story? Do you know what's coming next? Well, first there's an owl. So let's see if we can be an owl. So we're going to see, can we stand up? And can you have your feet just a little bit apart? You don't want them too close together or you'll fall over. You need good balance. And I might even just turn my toes out a little bit so they point out a little bit to the side. Not right to the side or it's funny, but just a little bit. So that I can crouch down to the ground, trying to keep my heels flat on the floor so I'm really balanced. I'm going to get my owl wings and just touch them on the ground. And when I do an owl, I'm going to do a to-wit-to-woo all the way up. To-wit-to-woo! And all the way down. To-wit-to-woo! Like an owl swooping through the sky. So let's try again. To-wit-to-woo! To-wit-to-woo! Let's do one more. You should feel your legs really stretching and working hard. To-wit-to-woo! To-wit-to-woo! So there's not just an owl, there's a hedgehog too. So let's crouch. I've got my knees bent, so I'm sitting down on my knees and my bottom is going to stay on my feet. This is our child's pose. We sometimes call it a dormouse, but when we do it for a hedgehog, we're going to make sure we stretch our hands really far forward. So can you see how I'm going to start with my hands flat on the mat or on the floor, and then I'm just going to slide them forwards and my bottom is going to stay on my feet. I'm not lifting it up, it's staying on my feet, and I'm going to slide forwards until my arms are long and stretched, and then I can just drop my head down to the mat and stretch out. So I look a bit like my hands, you can put your hands together if you like, I'm making the long pointy nose of a hedgehog. So you can put one on top of the other, or you could put them together. I think I'm going to do one on top of the other, like the pointy nose of the hedgehog. Head down on the floor, and in this story he says, snuffle, snuffle, snuffle. Snuffle, snuffle, snuffle went the hedgehog. Well done, everybody. And there's not just owls and hedgehogs, but a cat too. So for the cat, we can stay on our knees, but lift our bottom and put our hands down so that our elbows and our shoulders and our elbows and our hands are in a long straight line like this. And then we can, so when cats like to stretch, they stretch and arch their backs up to the ceiling. Their heads go down and they stretch their backs and their shoulders up to the ceiling like this. And then they can go back to a flat back when they're walking around. So see if we can do that. We're going to breathe in and then we're going to round our shoulders, and when we breathe out we can go meow if we like, and then breathe back in, let your back and your tummy go back down, and then when you breathe out, meow. Well done. And do one more breathe in, meow, and really stretch your back and your shoulders as you do it. So meow, sang the cats on the wall. Oh no, said Mr. Bear, I can't stand this. So he went off to sleep in the car. It was cold in the car and uncomfortable, but Mr. Bear was so tired that he didn't notice. He was just falling asleep when all the birds started to sing and the sun peeped in at the window. So let's be birds first. So we did an owl when we were squatting all the way up to standing, but to be birds, we're going to just be on our knees, but swoop up and stretch and then swoop back down again. So can you do some tweet tweet as you do it? Okay, so we tweet 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 tweet. Well done. Try again. Tweet 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 tweet. And let's see if we can now be the sun. So we're going to do our hello sun pose, where we stand up tall, a bit like we did with the mountain, with our feet just a little bit apart, strong. And then from your thighs, if you have your hands at the front on your thighs, and you're going to sweep them forward and stretch up. And then can you lean back a little bit, like you can imagine that the warm sun is on your face. Hello sun. Well done. Let's just try that one again. So we start standing tall with our hands on our thighs here on the tops of our legs, and then we sweep our arms up, all the way up, and then look up and then lean back just a little bit. Hello sun. The story says, tweet tweet went the birds, shine shine went the sun. Oh no, said Mr. Bear, I can't stand this. So he got up and he went back into the house. In the house, Baby Bear was fast asleep and Mrs. Bear had turned over and she wasn't snoring anymore. Mr. Bear got into bed and closed his eyes. Let's see if we can do that, just like we did Mrs. Bear. Sit at the front of your mat or your towel, or just move forward so you've got space to lay down. And then pretend you've got your blanket near your toes. And then can you lean all the way back? Pull your blanket up over your chin or over your shoulders and just relax. Peace at last, said Mr. Bear. And I think he might have had a gentle snore. Well, if the sun was shining through the car window, it must have been nearly morning. So I don't think Mr. Bear had very much sleep. Went the alarm clock. Let's be an alarm clock. So let's imagine we'll do our child's pose, a bit like we did the hedgehog, but this time can you put your hands on your feet, your bottoms on your feet, your hands are on your feet, you're on your knees, and then if you just round your body forward until your head touches the floor. So just imagine a little round alarm clock at the side of Mr. Bear's bed. But if we count to 3, when we finish counting to 3, that's when the alarm's going to go off. And we're going to stretch up, go all the way up and go brrr, waving our arms side to side. So I'm actually going to do it this way so you can see what it looks like. So you know I'm kneeling, I'm sitting on my feet, I'm going to put my hands on my feet and lean forward. Let's count to 3 and see if we can make a good alarm clock noise. 1, 2, 3. Stretch up as high as you can and wiggle side to side, wave your arms. Let's try it one more time because it's fun. Hands on your feet. Crouch forward. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3. Mrs. Bear sat up and rubbed her eyes. Good morning, dear, she said. Did you sleep very well? Oh, not very well, dear, yawned Mr. Bear. Never mind, said Mrs. Bear. I'll bring you a nice cup of tea. And she did. And that's the end of our lovely story, Peace at Last. I do hope you enjoyed it. Let's see if we can now be ready for a little bit of relaxation. You can choose whether or not you want to have a teddy for this part, and if you haven't got one to hand, you can pause the video to get one. My teddy bear has been sat on that chair all the whole time. I'm going to show him to you. This is my teddy bear from when I was a little girl, and his name is Brandy. And because the story's about bears, I thought I would use him today. You don't have to use a teddy for relaxation, just anything that helps make you comfortable and relaxed. If you're using one, you can hold it on your tummy or on your chest, or you can just have your hands down to the side. It's up to you. So I'm going to lie down on my mat. Get myself comfortable. My feet are just going to relax out to the side. My hands are going to relax, either holding your teddy or just resting on the floor next to you. So here we are, lying in our relaxation pose, listening to sounds of the morning, birds singing. We can imagine the sun shining on our bodies, warming us and helping us to relax. If you try and make sure that you're comfortable so that you don't need to move around, so that you can just keep your hands and your feet still, or your legs, but you're almost sinking into the floor. Breathing gently in and out, in and out, breathing in and out. So just keep breathing. Keep relaxing into the floor, keep listening to the morning sounds, relaxing music. Imagining that warm sun on our face. You can slowly open your eyes if you're ready. If you want to stay and relax for longer, you can pause the video and do that bit again. Just listen to the quiet around you, but if you're ready, you can open your eyes. And I'd like you to stretch your hands up as high as you can and spread your fingers wide. And then can you scrunch your fingers into fists and flick your fingers, scrunch your fingers and flick your fingers, scrunch your fingers and flick them. And then you can put your hands back on your tummy or hold your teddy. Can you do the same with your feet? So both feet up in the air, squeeze your toes and stretch them out. Squeeze your toes and stretch, squeeze your toes and stretch. And then this is one of my favourite things to do, so we can sometimes call it the down fly, like if a fly gets on its back and it shakes its legs around trying to get the right way up again, or it's almost like you're having a tantrum, like a baby tantrum, and you're shaking your body and moving your feet and wiggling, and you can wiggle your wrists and shake your feet, and you can even pretend, we won't scream, we can pretend you can open your mouth and like you're having a little tantrum on the floor. And actually, by rocking side to side as you do it, wiggling everything, shaking everything, it's a great way to get rid of some tension or some energy. And then we can come up to sitting. Thank you, Brandy. Going to sitting back over there. So we've come to the end of our yoga session for today. I do hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again soon. Let's be ready to sing our Long Time Sunshine song. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Put our hands together just like we did at the beginning. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.